I'm Leah, and I've got a few suggestions for some very cool video games you can play if you're stuck indoors right now, if you want to entertain yourself, or if you want to entertain the kids or the family or your co-workers. I don't know. Here's a few suggestions I've got for some really cool games that I'd recommend. So first up, we've got one coming out on Friday, which I'm very excited for. It's Animal Crossing, and it's definitely kind of like a family-friendly vibe. You're kind of like a cute little villager, and you have to go and make your little life inside a new village, and it's just really cute. You play at your own pace, and there's no pressure, and it's adorable. So it's a really good game to play if you've got sort of, I don't know, not young kids, but kids who don't want to play the more hardcore games. It's on Nintendo Switch. You can play with them, so you can jump into their island if you want to and play co-op, or they can just play on their own, and it's really fun. So I'd recommend that one. It's out on Friday. Another game I'd recommend is Overcooked. If you want something that's more of like a co-op kind of game, this one's definitely a challenge because you do have to work together quite a lot in Overcooked. So again, maybe sort of the older kids, sort of maybe 10 years up. I don't know, depends on your kids. But Overcooked is really, really fun. You are a chef, and you're placed into a kind of a level, a different level each time, and you've got to try and cook certain meals. So like on one level it might be burgers, and the other level it might be ramen or something. And each chef will have to try and coordinate with the other chefs to get the ingredients ready and together and put them on the plate and serve them ready to go. So it gets really chaotic, and it's very fun. So expect a lot of shouting and yelling if you play that game. But it's amazing. It's a really good game. Completely recommend. Another fun co-op game for the Switch is called HEAVE. It's kind of another sort of cute game, like cartoony, where you have to work with your other players. There's like 4 players. You have to work with each other to try and get across a level by grabbing onto each other's hands and swinging across, as the name might suggest. It's a little bit chaotic and very, very fun. So yes, play that one. And sort of a similar vibe is Ultimate Chicken Horse. So in Ultimate Chicken Horse, you have to get from point A to point B, and at the beginning of each round, you'll put down obstacles. So each player gets to choose an obstacle that they put on the map to make it more difficult for the other people you're playing with to get across. But the trick is, you have to do this, and you've also got to try and complete the level. So you don't want to make it too hard for yourself to complete, but you also want to make it hard enough that other people can't complete it. So again, very, very fun, challenging game to play if you want to kind of, have a little bit of challenge. And if you're missing out on exercise right now, because I know I sure am, I can highly recommend the Ring Fit Adventures for the Nintendo Switch. You get this snazzy little device, and you get a thing that ties onto your leg as well. And it's like a game where you're working out. So I did it this morning, and I am now dead inside and outside. My legs are complete jelly. It's a really good workout if you don't, if you're not trying to do hardcore weight stuff. It's really good because this gives you like a lot of resistance, and you have to do a lot of this throughout the workout, but it's also a video game, so it's fun because you don't realize how much exercise you're actually doing. So would recommend that if you're after something a little bit more active, I suppose. So another thing I want to recommend for gaming, if you have an Xbox or a PC, is Xbox Game Pass. So it's actually insane value for money because Xbox Game Pass for console only costs £7.99 a month, and you get access to over 100 games on Xbox. So it's essentially it's like Netflix for your Xbox. So you get to just download like anything from this huge library of games and play them at home until your subscription runs out or you renew it. Now if you're after something a little bit more single player, you want to do something like on your own to get immersed in, recently I've been playing a lot of The Witcher 3. Like a lot. It's one of those games you can put 100 hours in and easily have not even completed the main quest line. It's insane, but it's like an amazing universe that you want to get involved in. Like the fantasy of it is so cool. And of course you've got the Netflix series, so if there's a point where you're like itching to play but you've got work to do and you have to kind of concentrate on it, then you can maybe just put the Netflix series on in the background and stay immersed in the universe, which is definitely not what I've been doing for the last 2 months. Another good immersive game is Horizon Zero Dawn. It's more of a you play as a girl called Aloy, and it's in the future, but it kind of like mimics the past. They got kind of like caveman vibes, but in the future. It's pretty nuts. I don't really know how to explain it, but you get to run around with a really cool bow and arrow and sort of murder mechanic dinosaurs, and if that doesn't grab your attention, I don't know what will. But again, it's a huge immersive world that really kind of like grabs you in, and yeah, it's really cool. Something really different is RimWorld for like a single player game. Don't let this or graphics fool you, because RimWorld is one of those games you could put thousands of hours into, and some of my friends literally have. But you are sent to a planet, you get to pick your spot on the planet, and you're sent with a few colonists to try and colonize. So you've got to build like a base, and each person has their own skills and their own kind of like needs and desires and hates, and they're all very quirky. Like some people hate wearing clothes, but they're all tiny little pixel people, so don't worry, it doesn't get too weird. But they it's really fun because you're trying to manage all these people and things keep going wrong, and it gets pretty dicey, and it's very fun. And there are a bunch of mods you can add to it as well if you're into that kind of thing to make it even more fun. If you want sort of something free to play that you can just easily jump into with maybe some like colleagues or friends who are, you know, stuck in their own houses, I could recommend Scribble.io. It's essentially Pictionary. It's Pictionary, but online. So hopefully some of those suggestions were helpful. There's a lot of games out there. I think Xbox Game Pass is your best bet if you're looking for something that's gonna really, you know, fill a gap. Hopefully that helps. Sorry if it didn't. But yeah, hopefully you stay safe out there and have fun. And yeah, see you on the other side.